Brother Derek Hall. Come on, y'all, give him a hand. Come on, Brother Eldon T on the tenor sax. Friday Night Live with Cat Carter. Get ready, set, let's go. Come on. It's Friday night. It's Friday Night Live. It's Friday night. It's Friday night with Cat Carter. It's Friday night. Hey. It's Friday night. It's Friday night. Yeah. It's Friday night with Cat Carter. It's Friday night. It's Friday night live. It's Friday night. It's Friday night.
Hey, welcome to Friday Night Live. I am your host, Cat Carter. How are you all doing this evening? Well, it is another Friday. I'm so grateful to make it through another week because we started school Monday and the students are back. So it's been a busy week. So I am so happy to be here with my FNL family to hang out and be encouraged, to be informed, and to be inspired. And you know what? I have the perfect guest here tonight that is going to encourage us. He's got a wonderful testimony. He has some beautiful poetry. Oh my God. So please welcome to the show tonight, Eric. Well, you know what? Let me tell you a little bit about Eric before I bring him on. So Eric Bruce Smith was born and raised in Oakland, California on the east side in a community known as Brookfield Village. He is a proud father of 3 beautiful children and 1 grandson. And we have some wonderful things we're going to talk about tonight. He has made some amazing accomplishments in the poetry arena. So please welcome to Friday Night Live, Eric Bruce Smith.
Hello. Hi, Dr. Cat. I love that.
Eric. Hey,
I love
Eric,
that
how you
introduction.
doing?
Good. How are you?
Okay. You say you like the introduction?
Yeah, it was beautiful.
I don't want to tell all of it because I know we're going to talk about some things tonight. So I don't want to tell everything. But welcome to Friday Night Live. I'm so excited to have you on the show. We had a wonderful, want you guys to know, we had a wonderful Connect sound check and a wonderful conversation. So I know this is going to be a really good and inspiring show. Thank you so much, Eric, for taking the time out to share your gift of poetry with us. So,
Thank you.
yes.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so I want to go ahead and dive right in because the hour goes so fast and I have so many things I want to ask and I want to cover some of your projects as well. Okay, so just to start off, do you have a vision or a mission statement when you do your poetry? Is there a vision or mission statement behind that?
My thought, or what I always like to share, is overcoming. Um,
Oh,
we're all going to have hurdles and struggles in our life, but we need to keep going and never give up.
Yeah, never give up. Can you turn your mic up? Turn your mic up just a touch. Turn it just up just a touch, Eric. Yes, never get up, give up, and that is some good advice. Never give up. Okay, who or what inspired you to begin creating poetry? Like, were there any poets that you saw like on the media? Was there people in your family? How did it happen? Tell me all about it.
Well, actually, it was more a way of helping myself.
Oh
Um,
wow.
when I was in yeah, you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Go
You
ahead.
there,
Yes, yes,
Cat? Okay, okay.
yes.
Yeah. So when I was in elementary school, I had I had some troubles with learning hurdles and problems. I was in a speech impediment. I was in a special reading class, and like I said, overcoming. I overcome all those things. And what how I really got into the poetry is when I was a teenager, and when someone passed away, or during times of bereavement, I would write. So
Mm-hmm.
it kind of like I just kind of fell into it. It wasn't someone I watched or no special poet that I. It kind of just came to me, and I would be sometime be asked to write poetry for funerals and things like that. And it was a way of venting, a way of release. But others like my poetry, so it was like it wasn't just helping me; it was helping others too.
Wow,
So
that's a
yeah.
blessing. Wow, and thank God for healing you of the speech impediment. There was, there is a famous person. I want to say it's um James Earl Jones. I think he had something going on with his speech when he was younger, and you hear his voice now, and it's just very articulate. I mean, he was Mufasa, so
Yeah.
it's just amazing how um, what people think may be not a perfect speech, God can turn that into something amazing. And I believe that's what He has
Hmm.
done with you to be able to use your voice to bless
Hmm.
people. And it's a wonderful thing, and to be able to share your testimony and encourage other people that are having that struggle or dealing with that as well. So that's like two prong. That's a wonderful thing.
Yes.
All right.
Yes. You can turn that pain to power.
Yes, and that's what it's all about. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So sometimes I go to spoken word events. Is Do you think there is a difference between spoken word and as opposed to somebody doing poetry, or do you think it's kind of the same thing?
Spoken word is usually um, tied to some type of performance. Spoken word, they may use sound, drums, or music, and their whole thing is to engage and trigger emotions
Mm-hmm.
out of the audience. And whereas poetry uh, in itself, whether a person is reading the poetry or writing the poetry, where they both are similar at, they both do trigger emotions, except for if someone's just sitting there reading the poetry, and some writers do, they leave it up to the reader's imagination to pull more or what they feeling out of the work. So each person will have their own different feelings about a particular piece. And also, and the thing about this really is a beautiful thing because people have their different perceptions and different ideas, and
Mm-hmm.
they because I have gotten a lot of different feedback from one poem where they have said different things of what they liked about it. So the difference is, yeah, when you're looking at spoken word or slam poetry, yeah, they're looking to engage the audience, and by different means of, like I said, music, sound, or
Mm-hmm.
their hand motions, and how they raise their voice and then lower their voice and things like that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. How would you describe the poetry topics that you typically create? Are they
Oh,
based out of like what you're going through in life? Are they based out, like how do
hmm
you come up with them?
um, I there I try to give titles that are engaging, titles that someone want to dive a little further and see what it's just about. So that's the first thing I try to do is have a really good title. Um, and then my poetry, it comes in different ways. For example, I have one poem that I had written that it was originally a song. I decided
Hmm.
to make it into a poem. So it comes in different ways, but I have done several poems like that that were originally they were songs. And I never got around to getting the song out. I was gonna get one of my buddies to put music to it.
Hmm.
Uh, my good friends John Wesley Payne's a master of music, and so I didn't get a chance to get around doing this. I said, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and put it into my poetry book.
Okay.
So
Well,
that's yeah,
that's
that's one
how.
way it come.
Okay.
Yeah, but some other times I just hear words, and then I may not be get all of it. I take some of it and I come back to it later and I build on it. Yeah.
Okay.
So I
So
won't lose the idea.
okay. Okay. So do you write it down? You like when it comes to you just write it down and come to it later, or are you able to remember it? I know like with musicians,
Sometimes,
if they get something, they write it down. I'm just curious about poets.
yeah,
Sometimes.
yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes, and with this tech, with newer technology now, smartphones and all that,
Yeah.
you can do the speech to text on it. So, if I have an idea when I'm driving, I don't have to lose that idea. I could just, go ahead and record it, and then the
Mm-hmm.
phone would put it into text,
Mm-hmm.
and
I
then I
like
can
that.
check it
That
later to
I like that
see what I
technology
have.
right there. I use it a
Hmm.
lot. I like that technology. All right. So
It's
let's
very
start
helpful.
off. Yes. So let's start off by listening to one of your projects that you sent me called Forever Love. Tell us a little bit about that, and then I'm going to play that one first.
Yeah, I just took that when I was experimenting, and I want to just check it out to see how Forever Love would fit on top of that track. And I liked it, and I see I'm gonna share that. And also, I like ideas like that because um, Kevin Moore, we did a show last year, a jazz and poetry show. So the more I get ideas out like that, that's something I won't forget. I might want to do that in a show or something.
Oh, we know who
So
Kevin Moore is. He's actually on
yeah.
the feed. He's hanging out with you, by the way. He's here. Hey,
Hey,
Kevin.
Kevin.
Okay. And we're going to actually play his a little bit later. Okay. Let's play Forever Love. Check this out, you all.
Dr. Eric B. Smith. I like to share a poem from my new book, A Better Way to Smile. The title of this poem is called Forever Love. You are the reason my spirit grows stronger in the wake of my declining flesh. As I kneel before you, your kiss heals my soul. You have decided to contently share your life with me as we both create lasting memories. It's like a perfect jewel of how virtue and merit illuminate us. Kiss for a kiss as we elevate each other's love higher. When you're not near, I feel your presence. When my eyes are closed, I still see you because you are a lovely fixation in my heart. What flesh cannot do, love can do. What my brain cannot unscramble, love can't decipher. When I daydream to be closer, love quickly responds. It satisfies my desire. You're always there for my heart. Your never denying love fuels my whole being and keeps me spiritually connected to you. Your scent is upon me and draws me forever back to you. I love always loving you. You love always loving me. Thank you. This book is available. The print version here is available on Amazon. Thank you.
All right. So we have this book. Who is this beautiful person smiling on the front of this book?
Oh, that's my eldest daughter, Michaela
She's
Darlene
so
Smith.
pretty. This is beautiful.
And by the way,
So
that was Kevin music on that.
that was Kevin in the
Yeah,
background.
that was Kevin Moore's trio. Yep.
Kevin, come on, bro. All right. So that was beautiful. So the name of that poem was Forever Love. So let's talk about this. Let's talk about a better way to smile poems.
hmm
This is a beautiful picture of your daughter, by the way. Is this your oldest daughter? You have three
Yeah.
children. Is your
Yes, my oldest. Yep.
okay?
And I have two girls and a boy. The boy's the youngest.
And you all stay tuned. I'm going to be giving one of his books away. We have two we're going to be talking about. So one of these are going to be given away a little bit later. All right. So let's see. What would you like to talk about in here? Is there a particular one that you want to talk about in this book?
Okay.
I love how you have it, how the book is set up. It has like, so there's a poem and then there's a place for reflections where the reader can actually write something in there.
Yeah.
This is really cool. I
Yeah.
like that.
Um, I was my sister-in-law told me about that, and she said she didn't like how books only leave like a page or two in the back to do notes, and
Mm-hmm.
and she gave me the idea to do that, to add more um, pages for notes, for people to reflect on. And it's nice because a person could be having their breakfast or whatever and reading some poetry, some of my poetry, and then they may have some ideas or something, that it's nice, kind of something to look back on. And
Yeah.
they have these thoughts, and they say, well, and it's so easy for them. They just write it in the back of the poem.
Yeah. You have it like for everyone. And you're right. Like somebody could be drinking coffee or somebody could be having a hard day and they read one of your poems and be like, let me write.
Yes.
So almost
I'm
like journaling a little bit.
Yes.
But it's like for
Yes.
every poem, you can like write reflections on here. This is really cool.
Yes. Some of the poems, um, they're like monologues,
Hmm.
and some are intentional. Um, I have a poem titled "Release," and it's just talking to the person that's struggling out there. That you can release all that pain, you can release all that tension. You know, and if
Yeah.
I can share some of that one if you want.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, please.
Okay, it's titled "Release." Those things heavy on your heart and a burden upon your soul. Release them. Bring the temperature down and say the things you need to say. Say what you mean. Bind not your tongue. Release. Those emotions trapped deep inside your precious temple. Release them. The buildup has been for far too long. Those inner pains that you didn't even cause, but harbor and hide them in shame for too long. Release them. Rise up over those indignities dumped and planted in your heart by reckless souls. Release. Pay no mind what others say as you spill out your soul. Release them. This day and every day belongs to you forevermore. No more suffocating beneath the surface to satisfy others who only envy you. Release them. You are excellent. You are strong. You have carried other people's mess for far too long. Let your heart shout out loud. Release, release. Throw down their cross and only bear your own. Open the door of fate and let everyone see your light. Virtue kept you as burdens became heavier upon your innocence. Release, release them. Release all the pain so it haunts you no more. Release. I say, release them. Thank you.
Oh, that was good. That was really nice. That was really, really nice. Whoa, where's my? There it is. Yeah, that was really, really. That was really. Clap. Did you hear
And
the
remember,
clap, Eric?
yeah, yeah, it was good. And remember when I said that I had a poem that was a song. Well, would you like me to share that one?
Yes, please, please. Do
And
you
that
need to take a break? Do you need to take a break after each one because you're doing a lot of talking? Do you need to break or can you go right into it?
um I go right
You need
into
to get
this
some.
one.
You can? Okay. Yeah,
Mhm.
go right ahead.
Okay, this one's called "Loving Her." It's from my first book,
Is it this one? Is it book or the?
from the Hidden Peace and Poems.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's
And
called
what's the
"Loving
name of
Her."
this one called again?
Loving her.
Okay. You're on.
Got it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Take the time to treat her right. Take the time to kiss goodnight. Love her and never let go. Let her know how much you love her so. Never go and play the fool and let the flesh rule. Let her fine spirit take you beyond what you know. Just let her love flow. Take the time to treat her good. Take the time to love her just like you should. Give her all you can because you're her man. Let nothing hold you back and cut her no slack. When love calls, go to her, run to her, and keep loving her. Take the time to treat her right. Take the time to kiss goodnight. Hold her so, so tight all through the night because now she's your life. She truly is your life. Thank you.
Wow. You know what? That would be a nice poem to give. A nice poem to give to like married people that are getting ready to get married.
Yes. Yeah, I agree.
I'm just saying, yeah, that would be like a really really good one. That's what I thought about. I was like, that's something I want somebody to tell my husband to tell him to do that.
That's how you go use it.
Yes, exactly, exactly. Because women are we are strong, but we can also be sensitive beings, and so we need there are things that we need to be imparted to. We need to be loved. We need to know that we are loved. I mean, there are certain things that we need so that we can be good helpmeets for the man. I mean, they're just things that we need. And so you were saying
True.
some really good things in there. I mean, I think so. That's just I think it was good. So yeah, that was beautiful. So what was the name of that poem again?
Loving her.
Loving her. Wow. That was Sheila. Sheila She said, I was thinking the same thing, girl. We right here. We right here, girl. Yes, 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 yes. That was good. It was really, really good. It was really, really good. Yep. People who are married
Thank
need it too. Yep. I heard that. Yes. Yes. Let's see. Um,
you. Hey,
uh,
Karan.
Karan said that was beautiful.
Thanks, Karan.
Yeah, that was beautiful. All right. Okay. So, why do you feel poetry is important?
Um, I think it's important because it's self-expression. It's everyone people express themselves in different ways, and so even in poetry, they want to express themselves. It's different styles of poetry. So they may like rhyming style. They
Hmm.
might like stanzas. So they do like a three line, next three line, next three lines, and some write in a paragraph style. And so yeah, I think it's important because. Um, there's a lot you can learn from poetry, and we look at the greats that have really helped a lot of people through their poetry.
Hmm.
So the great poets. So yeah, it is important. It shouldn't be on
Yeah.
the back burner.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I think some of the younger generation may not feel how powerful it is, but when they go back and study it and research a little bit more, they see how powerful poetry is.
Yeah. Yeah. Would you describe your poetry as a gift or a talent and why?
I think it's kind of both for me because um, the words and stuff just came to me out of my despair, out of my pain, and those words were comforting to me, and I looked at that as a gift from God to me. Now, what I did after that, I built on it. I took that what was God had shared with me, and being able to make it something better. So I think that part's where the talent come in. So in other words, it's something that can be taught, and you can work at it. You can get better, and you can be a poet that's engaging. So
Mm-hmm.
I think I kind of have both because my poetry opened up more um, after I had did a workshop, um, and it was with the Oakland Public Library and the instructor Joyce Young. We had to go write on the Gold Rush era, and at that, like I told you before, I only would write when I felt something from inside.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't know how I would do writing on a subject that I was told to write on, but I had no problem with it, and it was nice. It came out nice, and she put all those poems into a book, and it's called Images and Voices of the Gold Rush. And I had written like two poems in there, and
Okay.
now, yeah, that book has been in the library for 26 years now.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So
Is that one of the pictures that you sent me?
I didn't send that picture to you. This is the book, if you can see
Oh
it.
wait. Let me make it bigger. Hold on. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Images and voices of the gold rush.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, you did send me some pictures on some things that I wanted to talk about. So I'll put this one up first. Tell us what's going on here.
Okay.
Can you see it?
Oh yes, that's the Diamond Branch Oakland Public Library, and that was a special moment. Um, they added both of my books. Both of my books are cataloged,
Hmm.
and they're in the library. You can check them out. Check them out
I
now.
see him right there in the middle. I see him. I see him. Okay. All
Yeah,
right. Oh, wow.
yeah,
That's big. That's strong work right there, Eric. Wow.
and
You
and
got
and
your poem, your books are in the library?
yeah, and it's beautiful
Wow.
because they're in the same That's the same library that the book is I just showed you,
Hmm.
which is considered to be an anthology. What I just showed you, the Images, Voices of the Gold Rush. So that's in there too.
Okay.
The same library. So
Okay. Who is this beautiful lady?
that's Rebecca Epley. She's the branch manager of the Diamond Branch Library.
Okay.
Yeah, I told her, yeah, I'm coming down, take that picture.
That's wonderful. Wow. Wow. To have your work showcased where everybody can have access to what that is just that's strong work right there. That is major. Okay. What about this? I see
um,
Nigeria.
yeah, that's Acre Book Club, and the founder, his name is Peter Okonkwo, and yeah, you interviewed him earlier, uh,
Mm-hmm.
a couple months, and Peter reached out to me and asked me to be the guest author of this book club. And what was so special about that one, this is the launch of the book club in Acre, Nigeria. So I was
Okay.
the first poet on that platform, or the first writer or author. So that's something
Was
I'm
it in
always,
Nigeria? Was the
yeah, that's
event?
when that's when they
Oh
held
my
it at.
goodness.
I was on like a screen, teleprompter screen, like, and all these
Oh, that's so cool.
young Nigerians were talking about my book and asking
Mm-hmm.
questions. And yeah,
Wow.
yeah, it was beautiful. Yeah,
Okay.
that definitely is a highlight.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I agree. And what is this?
That's the ACARE Literary Book Award. So I got a book award out of Nigeria, and I'm very
Wow.
proud of that. Yeah, very proud of that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you,
Congratulations on
thank
that,
you.
Eric. That is wonderful.
Thank you so much.
That is
I guess
wonderful.
I'm international now. I guess.
Yes, you are definitely international. Yes, yes, you are. Yes, you are. All right. We are already at the half point mark. Can you believe that? It goes fast, doesn't it?
Yeah, that was
So let
fast.
me put the trivia up, and up for grabs is one of Eric's
Mm.
books. I haven't decided which one yet, but the winner is gonna get one of these books. All right, there it is. Okay. All right. So Eric, I'm gonna do a trivia, and then I will be right back. Okay.
Okay, we're taking a
All
little
right.
break. Okay,
Just not. It won't be long. Just a few minutes. Just a second or two.
okay.
All right. So I'm put you backstage, Eric. I'll be right back. All right, I'm gonna put since we have a renowned poet today. The trivia has to do with poetry. Okay, so match the poet with the correct poem. So you have The Raven, Song of Myself, and In the Morning. And I've actually done In the Morning a couple of times on here. So that's a giveaway if you saw me do the reenactment of In the Morning. So put what you think the answers are in the comments for your chance to win one of Eric B. Smith's books. All right. And then we're going to find out a little bit later who the winner is. So it's The Raven, Song of Myself, and In the Morning. And then you have the poet options on the other side. So you match them and we're going to see who gets them right. Okay, we're going right back to Eric. All right. All right, Eric. I am really enjoying this interview. By the way, I don't get very many
So,
poets, so it's a treasure.
okay.
Like when I get a poet to come through, so I'm really enjoying this. Okay, who are some of the poets or writers that you admire?
I like James Baldwin, um, William Faulkner, and Maya Angelou.
Maya Angelou. I wish I could talk like her. I would. Oh my goodness. Okay. Um, what advice would you give to, say, someone that is interested in doing poetry or writing poetry or wants to get into that creative to that creative writing? I think it's considered a creative writing. What kind of advice would you give a person, young or old, if they wanted to do something like that?
Well, like when I started out, I did do some workshops. I did do some poetry readings in different places in the Bay Area, Berkeley, Oakland. Um, yeah, I would say get out there and see how you feel about it. Go do some workshops and then see how you feel about it. And if you feel like, hey, this is for me, this is what I want to do, and then just keep writing. Then it's about your creative energy and learning how to grab it and
Mm-hmm.
and go ahead and polish it, your ideas, and then you let it go out for others can enjoy. So, and speaking of the work, the poems, so you may get a work. It's almost like you're doing a school paper or something. You know, you don't just turn it right in without revising, um,
Mm-hmm.
editing, all that's important in that, and that is a good answer too for the question, is that let the person that's interested or inspired to do something like this understand that those things are part of it. You know, brainstorming, those things are a part of it, and it always, because you want to. I would say always make a clear path to your vision. So even even in the writing of my books, I try to make sure the punctuation is good, the grammar is good, because you want the
Mm-hmm.
person to get the message. So you want to be a clear path for them to see the message that you're sending out.
Okay.
So just start there, simple groundwork. That's all they have to do, and pay attention to detail.
Okay. I'm gonna put the trivia back up where we can still talk. They can still hear us. Okay. Um, let's see. Do you have any hobbies or interests outside of poetry?
Yeah, like uh, playing, making music, I had done some jam sessions with my daughter in the past. We had a lot of fun. I was playing the keyboard, she was singing. So it's like,
Mhm.
yeah, it's yeah, I would say that's one of my hobbies I like doing, and
You can
it's
sing too,
fun.
Eric?
My daughter.
Oh, your daughter.
No, I messed it up.
No.
Both my daughters can sing. Yeah.
Okay. Um, what skills are most useful for a poet or writing career? So I guess you have to
Um,
have good grammar first of all, huh? You got to be
some of that what I mentioned, yeah, it's that is useful. You want to be a lot of people say they're their own worst critic. So yeah, you go back and you edit your stuff and always keep looking. Even after your work come back from the editor that does the corrections in your books and everything, you check it. Even when it comes back from the formatter, because the formatters, they're the ones that interior formatters. They make
Mhm.
look pretty. They're the ones that make the inside of your book look good. They don't do anything else. They don't do the grammar. They don't do all that. They just concentrate on presentation for your book. But
Mhm.
you being the final word because it's your project, you still need to go back and check them too, because sometimes the formatters will put big gaps in your words or in your paragraphs that's there for no reason, and you have to catch it before it go to print.
Oh,
So,
wow.
yeah, you got to catch it. So errors can happen at any time.
Okay.
So
Okay. Let's talk about your first book, the hidden piece in poetry.
yep, my daughter did
And
that cover.
now the cover makes sense because I see this is where you're from,
Yeah,
Brookfield Village. And then
yeah,
I'm looking at this tree. This tree is
yeah.
peculiar.
You're gonna you're gonna
And
love this.
what else do
You're
I
gonna love the
see?
story behind that tree. But my daughter Serena did the artwork. So that's her work, the tree and everything.
Is there
Yeah.
somebody back here?
No, no,
Okay.
nobody's back there. But that's a plum tree. That's supposed to be a plum tree.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it's
Is this a train? Where
mm-hmm,
you're okay,
mm-hmm.
okay.
Yeah, yeah. It's
It's so
symbol. It's
cool.
yeah, it's symbolism because the tree represents um where I'm from, Brookfield, and a story behind that, and the train does too because we had this train that ran behind our neighborhood, and I used to hang around and play at the trains a lot when I was a kid.
Hmm.
And I have poems that are directly related uh, to that. With My Eyes Closed is a poem, but that's also related to that train. And
Okay.
the other one is called Someone Else's Plum Tree. That's related to the tree on the front.
Would you
Yep.
do like to do one of your creative pieces out of this book? Would you like to do one?
Yeah.
This is really interesting too because this book also has it says your thoughts. So you read the
Hmm.
poem and then you have some space to write. And it's a lot, it's like a nice long, it's a lot of pages, a lot of lines so you can write your thoughts in here. This
Right.
is really nice.
So I'll read Someone Else's Plum Tree,
Okay.
and that poem was really about where was I? What was I doing when my mother got sick? And when she got sick and went to the hospital and didn't come back home, I was in a plum tree. And one of my friends told me to go home. Your mother is sick and she's in the hospital. And I just jumped for
Out the
whatever
plum
branch
tree and
I had to
ran.
jump, ran home, and saw my sister on the couch crying. And that's what this poem is about. That's
Wow.
yeah. So I read it.
Okay.
A few of the boys I play with in the hood discovered a big plum tree in our neighbor's backyard. We claimed it quickly and started making plans. I mean, floor plans, of course. The biggest branch was not hard to find. We carried up several pieces of plywood, and the floor to our new treehouse was laid. The walls were up in a flash, and in no time, we were laying back looking at our wooden ceiling and eating plums. These had to be the best plums in the neighborhood. That red and purple texture, made the juices just burst in your mouth. What a carefree life that was. We just took over the neighbor's backyard and made it our hangout. The owners were sweet people. They would run us out sometime, but we just come right back. This was our home, our city, our village. Everything was smooth as usual until one day I was high in a plum tree when my friend shouted, "Your mama is sick." I jumped from that high branch and landed well on my feet. I ran home fast, which is only across the street. My big sister was crying in the living room. "Where is mama?" I asked. "In the hospital," she replied. I assumed she would be back when she was better. Some weeks later, I was riding in a limousine on my way to the gravesite
I
to
can.
bury my mother. Can you hear me?
It
You
had
there?
it went out for a second,
Oh, you
like the
still there?
last minute. It kind of went out for.
Okay.
Yes, can you hear
I'll pick.
me,
Yeah, I hear you. I'll pick back
Eric?
up.
Can you?
I hear you. You hear me?
Okay.
I'll pick back up.
Yes, we hear you now.
Okay. I was riding in a limousine on my way to the gravesite to bury my mother. I always thought she was coming back from the hospital. I couldn't bring myself to cry. Tears just didn't fall. I love mama, but why wasn't I drowned in tears? I just didn't understand how she left me at 8 years old. I guess I was still in shock. At that moment, I wish I could turn back the clock. I wish I were in someone else's plum tree, kicking back and eating plums. That day changed everything. On Mother's Day, I was always sad. It often landed on my birthday or near it. Mother's Day wasn't fun anymore. I'm glad I found joy in that plum tree. I'm glad the neighbors put up with us little bad kids. What an adventure it was to sit in someone else's plum tree and eat the best tasting plums ever. Thank you.
Wow. I'm sorry for your loss, Eric.
Yeah, my sister told me
Sorry
when
for your
she
loss.
cried. She told me she cried when she read. Well, thank you.
Mother. So when I was thinking about that, I was just thinking about my mom and her sisters, and then us, the grandchildren. Just kind of trying to deal with that. So that's what I was thinking about while you were reading that. That was a beautiful, beautiful poem for dedication for your mom. It was beautiful. Okay. Um, how? What has been the highlight of your poetry careers? Your career as a poet thus far? Sorry, I'm getting tongue tied. Sorry. What has been the
Um,
highlight of your career?
um, well, at this point, I've been invited to several anthologies. Um, Probably on my, I think I got my 12th. I'm on my 12th one now. I'm actually working on that now. Another anthology. Um, Anthology is basically it's a book with a lot of other writers in it, different writers in it. Um, and anthology can also be a group or a collection of poems or writings from one person. And so that
Mm.
defines what anthology is when I say that. Um, so I like to share one of the things that you say I'm proud of, a highlight. This is a highlight. This is the one of those anthologies. It's called the Writing on the Wall Global
You're writing
Magazine.
on the wall, Global Magazine. Hmm.
Yeah, it's by author
That's
Renee
nice.
Drummond Brown. She's a renowned author out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And this is a very special
Hmm.
book for me. Um, Show you a little bit of it. So I'm showcased in this book out of all the poets from around the world. And this particular
Oh, we
poet.
see you.
Yeah, I'm
There he
showcased.
is,
I'm
Eric
showcased in there.
B.
Yeah, so that was very special to be a feature of that. So yeah, that definitely one of my high points. Um, yeah, so I just want to share that.
Okay. Where do you see yourself in 3 years, Eric?
Um, of course, I want to write more and write some more poetry. I do want to do other genres. I think I want to do a children's book. So I would say, like, 3 years,
You're breaking up
I
again.
would
I
hope to
heard
have one done already.
you you
Um,
you
so that's
Eric,
when it's networking more with other authors
Eric,
like I'm doing. Hmm. I'm here.
Eric.
Yeah, you hear me?
You're breaking up. You're breaking up. I heard children's book
Technical
and then it
difficulty.
started breaking up.
A novel,
It might be the
yeah,
internet, it could
a
be the
novel.
weather, it could be anything. But I heard children's book. What else? What else were you saying after the children's book? Do you remember what you were saying?
Yeah, yeah, a novel.
Like, where
I
do you
want to write.
see yourself in 3 years? That was a question.
Right.
Write a
I want
novel.
to.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Okay.
also continue networking
Ooh.
with other authors too, and see how we can create some things, in our neighborhood, like maybe book festivals and things like that, where we can do it ourselves. So I would like to unite with other authors and make that happen.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Um, Kevin says it's clear on his end. Okay. Good. Good. Thanks, Kevin. All right. Okay. Um, if you can get a message to your fans or your followers, what would it be?
Definitely never give up. Always keep working towards your dream, even when doors are slammed in your face. And if people are not vibing with you or feeling what you're doing or your work, just don't let it bother you. Keep going and keep your eye on the prize. And, because it's your life and you got the answer
Mm-hmm.
for your life if you quit or if you sit down on the sideline. You know, don't do that. Keep going. Stay in there. And so it made this. I'm a good
Mm-hmm.
example of that because I could have just quit and stopped writing. And at my age over 50, I still had that dream that said because I had said to myself when I first saw a poem, the first anthology, the first ever anthology I was in, back in 1997, and it's by a group called the Poetry Guild out of Ohio. And when I had laid my eyes on that book, it's a beautiful book with a lot of writers in there, and I'll show you in a minute. And I knew then, I says, one day I want to write my own book. I want to write my own anthology of poems. So
Mm-hmm.
hanging in there and making that happen and doing it and not giving up on it. That's why I say it's important to not play yourself short. And this is the book I'm talking about. That's my very first anthology,
Reflections of the Soul.
the
Wow.
very first anthology I ever been in. And I had written a poem. It was called In My Pocket There's a Mirror. But I was just so proud of that. But that kind of sparked that
Mm-hmm.
desire in me that I'm gonna make that happen someday. So there, yeah, so that would be my word. My suggestion is never give up, keep going, be an overcomer. Um, just like I overcame my speech impediment. I didn't give up. You never know if you give up.
Okay. Right. You're right. You're right. Okay. Let's talk about the piece you did with Kevin Moore. Let's talk about that and do that one.
Okay.
So tell us a little bit about that before I play it.
Yeah, Kevin, that was how that came about. I had like a really short introduction of it. Kevin just told me I went by his house one day and he told me, to pick some poems and said, "Don't worry about it." And I think he had played the track, and he said, "Pick a poem." And I just picked the perfect poem to go with it. And I knew, okay, that was it. And then it's like, yeah, he said, yeah, don't overthink it. Just go with it. So I did. And you know how Kevin is. He told me I better get it right, or
Yes. Yes, we know how Kevin is.
I'm not yeah, I'm not gonna get a check. Kevin, Kevin don't play.
No, Kevin don't play. But you know what? One thing I can say about Kevin, he is a perfectionist. The music,
Yes,
the sound, whatever he's doing, he does it with perfection. He does it with excellence, and that's
yes, he
what really
does.
gravitated me towards him and his music. He does some really good stuff. All right, well, let's check it out. All right, here we go.
I will make it better. She said, "Don't fear me not. God raised me." She said, "Walk with me." She said, "I'm only here to help." She said, "Stand up and be glad." She said, "Everything doesn't cost. And nor does my love." She said, "I'll hold you. I'll hold on to you as you hold on to me." She said, "Never worry. Never I'll fight for you. I'll die for you." She said, "I got you. My word is bond. My word is true." She said, "Stay a while. Find your peace. Find your freedom." She said, "Reach for my heart. And I reach for yours." She said, "Here I am." And there you are. Just longing for us. Longing for us. Here come one. Come on. She said,
She said. What you say, Doctor? Give it up for Eric.
Wow, that was good.
Yeah, that was nice.
Oh,
Kevin,
oh,
Kevin was getting it.
yeah, that was nice. I'm like, listen to that again.
Kevin-
Does Kevin was he trying to dance? Was he moving patting his feet
yeah,
and moving around? Did you see him? He went that
yeah,
way. Kevin got some moves? Oh, Kevin.
yeah.
Kevin
He
can
was getting
sing, he can play saxophone and dance. Now I didn't learn something else. Okay. All right. There was one question on here that asked, do you create haikus? The haiku poems. I'm trying to find the question.
Oh, you talking about the Japanese style
Here it is.
poem?
Do you write
Yeah,
haiku poems?
yeah, I haven't got into that. That's a Japanese style poems. Yeah, I haven't got into writing it yet, but I do. I
Yeah.
haven't. I played around with it. Yeah, man, that's probably be next on my
Okay.
list.
All
Yeah.
right. Next on the list. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Let's find out who won. We have a winner. Okay, let's pull this up right quick. Um, so the task was to match the poet with the correct poem. And here is the correct order. So the Raven was Edgar Allan Poe. Song of Myself was Walt Whitman, and In the Morning was Paul Laurence Dunbar. Do we have a winner, sweet?
Yep.
Who's our winner?
It is Sheila Singleton.
Sheila Singleton, girl. You're gonna get one of these books coming your
Congratulations.
way. Yes, Sheila, congratulations. One of these are coming your way. I'm gonna need your mailing address. So if you put your mailing address on my Facebook inbox, we'll be sure to get this to you. Congratulations, Sheila.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Let me
Well, would you
know.
believe the time is up, Eric?
Mhm. The time is up already.
Yeah, well, yeah.
That went
Yeah.
by too
And I
fast.
wanted to give a chance for you to give some final word. Yeah, it went fast, didn't it?
Yeah.
It went fast, didn't it?
Wow.
I told you. Time flies when you're having fun.
It's no time.
Okay.
It's no
Sheila
time
said,
for what? It's no time for one more poem, huh?
"Oh, you know what? I'll let you do that. I'm going to say my final, and then I'm going to let you take us out. And if you want to do another poem, there is time to do that. How
Okay.
about that?
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yep.
Okay, so I want to say, Eric, thank you so much. I actually met Eric and saw his name when I was watching Kevin Moore Worship Wednesdays, and I would see Eric's name come up, and that's how I got acquainted with Eric. That was the beginning stages of a nice collaboration. Eric, I want to thank you so much of
Well,
giving of your time and for sharing your beautiful gift with us. Best wishes on your future
thank you.
endeavors, your future poems. And when
Thank
time
you.
permits, we would love to have you come back and hang out with us again.
Okay.
So I'm going to
My pleasure.
hush and I have you got about 5 minutes. So if you want to do a poem, if you want to say some final words, you can do that, but it's all you. All
Okay.
right. You guys have a wonderful weekend and we'll see you next week. Here you go, Eric.
Okay. This poem I like to recite is titled Us. Us is the title. Tell me about yourself, and I'll tell you about us. Show me the map to your home, and I'll show you the map to our mansion. Show me the key to your heart as I continue to honor us. I'll lead in celebration as we both scream and shout. Lift your hands high, higher, as I help elevate them. And special goals and special dreams as I strengthen my arms of support so you may achieve them all. Show me, show me your love. Stand up, give your all. Show me the key to your heart so we both can soar throughout the galaxy. I say love, you say peace. Share with me, stand with me, endure with me, conquer with me, learn with me. You say peace, I say love. You say love, I say us. You say commitment, I say us. You say companionship, I say us. Us, us, us. Thank you.
All right. We're out of here. Say goodbye, Eric. We're out of here. Thank you so much,
Okay,
Eric.
bye. Thanks. Thanks, everybody.